The mission of Mimi's Mini's Gourmet Treats is to share a hug with every little bite. The treats are like little hugs, and they are just perfect for celebrations, care packages, just because, or I miss you, token, or to lift someone's spirits after they had a hard time. Sweet treats have a way of making any moment a little better. Mimi means grandma in German. And Mimi's Minis was birthed out of cherishing and sharing how that as a symbol of spreading sweet bits as that of a grandma's love with friends and family in such a special way. There's nothing like remembering and feeling the sweetness that a Mimi smile, hug, lesson, and treat can give you in many, many ways. Mimi's Minis is just a way to remember a piece of that in a small way. Get yourself a small treat today at shopmimisminis.com. The link will be in the description below. Welcome to the freaking convo, of course, and I'm here with a couple of people. I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick. So I'll let you start off, B.
Yo, guys, this is B. Brandon D. Vernon here on D Podcast again. Let's get it.
Norris.
Hey, I'm Norris. What do you all want in the intro? Do you want a whole full cast on this? Yeah.
Just a quick summary of who you are.
Okay. So I'm Norris. I got a high educational level. I got an MFA. At the same time, I'm a father. And then at the same time, I have several jobs. So, yeah.
All right. Tim the Two Man. You're new here, so why don't you go ahead and say your piece.
What up? I'm Tim the Two Man Taylor. Nah, man. My name's Adrian. I met G a while ago. Real cool dude. I've got a pretty busy schedule. I own a few businesses. Still work in the corporate world, and yeah, that's pretty much me.
All right, and Keith, I'll let you go ahead and finish it up.
Yeah, this is, I go by Mike, but like everybody all my friends call me Keith. I know it's awkward. I'm a security guard. I have been for 10 years. I don't know if anybody cares about that, but I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't have multiple jobs and a higher education like all these other scholars on here, but I get it done. So take that how you want to.
All right, fair enough. All right, so I guess I'll go ahead and open the floor to Norris, B, and Keith real quick, because I know Adrian. Well, actually,
you will not.
Wait. Let me finish.
No, you will not.
Let me finish, fool. So I'm going to open up the floor to you guys, and I want to start off this meeting to see if you guys if there's anything that you want to say about the last meeting, anything that you might want to bring up real quick. I'm going to let you guys say your piece, and then we'll move ahead with other topics. So if you guys remember the last meeting, I'll let you start off with B. So anything that you want to talk about or add from the last meeting before we move ahead with newer topics?
No, I do not. The only reason because I do not remember what I said the last time.
All right. What about you, Norris? Anything you want to say?
I find it interesting that a lot of this conversation that was brought up last time came into factual information that's trending once again in life. So like some of the topics that we were talking about that are not conversation starters or ever held in conversation in public spaces, more like if I'm really cool with you and I know your first and last name, and at the same time I know where you live at, and we the same ethnicity, maybe we can have a conversation like this. But out in the public, in the corporate world and all that stuff, it's a whole different conversation, different ballgame.
Interesting. Keith, anything you want to talk about from last time, or you're pretty much
Nope.
Plead the fifth?
I don't play the fifth. I'm not just pointless. You can keep it going.
No,
you can keep it going, bro.
No. I just want to see, like, why do you say it's pointless?
Bro, keep it moving.
Nigga, I'm asking you a question.
Keep it moving like Method Man. Keep it moving.
Niggas over here scared now. What about you, Adrian?
No, I ain't scared. I'm just saying, like, there's nothing to add on.
Well, then say that. Then say that.
Y'all already know where I stand. I know where
Fair
all
enough.
y'all stand.
Fair enough. But say that then. Shit. All right, what about you, Adrian? 'Cause I know you heard this. And anything that you want to, since you listen to it, so anything that you want to, maybe want to bring up, or what your let me ask you, what's your thoughts on it? Yep. Oh, dude, your mic's off, man.
Hey man, how you was here 30 minutes early, but you ain't ready yet?
Yep, you got it on mute. All right, forget it. We'll just go. We'll just go ahead, and when he comes back, we'll go ahead and talk to him. But anyways, Norris, you were talking about a interesting point when you're saying the conversation are happening in two different ways. Can you expand on that? Because I'm kind of interested in that.
Basically, this is an identity thing. Like, you have an identity to the public face of what the world sees, but then you also have an identity that's different among certain people.
Okay, what do you mean, like identity of like who we are compared to what we put out to the world?
Kind of like, it's said in the office space, you're not supposed to be talking about things like politics and all that stuff. Yeah, right? Everybody know what I'm talking about there?
Yeah, fair enough.
That would be along the same lines of you being Black, in my opinion. Like, if you're Black, you're not supposed to be talking about those struggles that you go through, because everybody at the end of the day does go through struggles. So then now that it's a topic of conversation now, like in the mainstream media, that's not what's really talked about. There might be on the email strand at the bottom of the email to say that Black Lives Matter or something like that with somebody's name. But when it comes to conversation, it's business as usual.
But you think that's still happening now?
Yes.
Yo, B.
I'll even put it in a better context. When you think about it, money, our economy has shifted, yeah?
Yeah.
So with that happening, are we caring as much as the economy as we are for Black Lives Matter, or what?
So you're thinking that it kind of goes in kind of to each other, basically? Like kind of
they conflict in the sense that the fact that the society we live in, literally, is going to go and say, well, our economy is at risk, so we're going to save the economy before we even get into the conversation about something that we've been trying to talk about for the past 8 months.
B, anything you want to expand?
No, I mean he got the point. But yeah, I think I have no comment yet. Yeah.
When it comes to media, and a lot of people know my standpoint on like social media and stuff, it kind of ruins everything, because society is so used to now getting stuff instantly. There's no way to actually get the actual facts of it. They need to get it out right then, because everybody has to hear about it and everybody wants to know every detail, and sometimes it's incorrect. So it leads people down a rabbit hole that is completely incorrect on the whole case, the whole scenario. And then it gets people up in arms and ready to go and ready to get rowdy, and they don't actually know what's going on. But the media feeds that, because it's great for their ratings, and it's great to keep the control of the situation. So then 5 months down the line, when everybody figures out what's actually going on, whether it's good or bad, it's too late. The wheel has already started going. Everybody's already up in arms, ready to go. And yeah, it literally, so I tend not to keep my ear to that kind of stuff. I mean, everybody, around you will kind of say stuff, but I just kind of generally keep my distance from it right now. I mean, you can call it my head in the sand or whatever like that, but to me, if it's not in my realm, I'll generally hear about it, but I'm not really gonna go too far into it because it leads me to arguing with people about stuff, and that part doesn't really work for me.
Fair enough. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you said that because this leads into like kind of where I wanted to go to, and it goes into a bigger issue from what we normally talked about. Hold on, give me 1 sec, because I want to make sure Keith's here for this. Hey Keith, you there? Oh, maybe not. Okay. Well, when his IO come out, as long as you can hear it, that's all that matters. But that. All right, Keith, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. All right, cool. So that's good. I'm glad you brought that up because that's actually where I really wanted to go to with this conversation. It's kind of the media and the effect on our society, and I'm glad that Adrian brought that up because it's something I've been talking with a bunch of people about, and yeah, that's actually. I mean, again, there's a lot of topics I wanted to bring up, but this is one of them. So yeah, let's go into it about media and their effect on our society and what you feel about it. And I guess when I say media, I'll just start off with the basic news media, And so, you know what? I'll start off with you, B.
This is what I kind of brought up last time. Is that we as Black folk, we just don't have our own media to tell our own story, to tell the story about us. We have everyone else telling our story, and yes, you might have some individuals that are Black that who's in that area could tell you a little bit about something, but the overall general the output out there for us Black folks, we just don't have our own news source. We have to just keep on grabbing the crumbs for all these sources, news media sources that you hope that they tell the truth, but we just don't know. We don't control our own narrative in practically anything, and that's going to be a major problem until we get some type of control of what's said about us. And anyone could just come up and just tell the story about us, and there's no consequences for them bringing out all this false information. There's no consequences to them. Everyone could do it. Everyone could do whatever they want to, telling our stories, and it's like we can't do nothing about it. It's like we can't stop. We can't tell our own story. So it's just crazy, man. And then, like say, sometimes, like you say, you get a group of Black men or Black women or whatever that on the YouTube or wherever, and they'll tell the story, but it's not large enough. It's not large enough. So, I mean,
and you know what, Keith, this is something I actually want to hear from you because I know we were sitting down back with CNN and we were watching how they were about to raid CNN in Atlanta and how the news media was basically saying, "Oh, this dude's about to throw a firework or throw a bomb," and all that was happening was this dude was wrapping up this dude's hand because he got cut. So I'm sure you heard what I was saying about the news media. So I wanted to get your take. I really wanted to hear about you on this subject since you talked about not having the whole entire story when it comes to news media and
Me?
yes, you.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try it.
Crap, your mic's messed up again.
Sorry, I'm gonna try it. This is not things because my phone is about to die.
Oh.
So let me one more time. Just 1 second.
All right, no problem. I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and switch to noise then.
Wait, what? So, because you guys switched it, I want to make sure that I'm on topic.
Okay. We are talking about news media and the impact and basically how it affects things. It's something like what Adrian was talking about, how you know, there's so, like what B was talking about, how they're kind of controlling the narrative and how it's affecting our society and how we get our information. Something I wanted to talk about.
That kind of has to go into something of power structures first. Like,
exactly.
At the end of the day, like, if you're living life in this society, there's a tendency to listen to somebody or something. Whether it's the TV and a spokesperson, there's a narrative coming from these authoritative figures, right?
Yeah.
And like right now, just looking at the grand scheme of things, it's hectic, it's crazy. So it's easy for people that have the power to push one way or the other. What do I mean by this? You have COVID in effect. That's being broadcast, whether it's on the radio or if it's like, you're going to hear about it all day darn long, unless you're literally off the grid.
Yeah.
Then at the same time, if you're living here on the West, you've got all these fires going on. These are real things that are transpiring, right? I'm not saying any of it's fake, but there are little pieces that are unneeded to be heard about sometimes. Yeah. Then you have the election that's coming up, right? Then it's a lot. So then literally you can keep on bringing up this little topic, right? You ready for this one? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's up into debate. Maybe we will give another stimulus package. Do you see all of a sudden everybody get happy or sad? Like, everybody's antsy. So then it's like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. Priority list has been null and void, and we're just throwing a lot of catastrophes in the mix. That's what we're doing. So then you have to think about, okay, of course I'm thankful for the firefighters and everybody that's coming out and helping our whole fire situation all over the darn place. But at the same time of that happening, I'm listening sometimes to little bits and pieces of bites, basically, of news broadcasts, whether it's on the radio or it's on the TV, whatever, from authoritative sources of this is what we're trying to do. Literally down the timeline on social media, the governor is planning to change our gasoline vehicles into EVs, electric vehicles. That's a good thing on one end, but then what is the other biting end? Because they didn't go into detail with all of it. I'm glad that we're going green, but at the same time, what does that mean for the people that don't necessarily have a lot of income coming in? Are they going to be vehicleless at one point? Those are questions right off the bat that are happening now in my thought process, even though that's going to be 15 years from now. And I don't, and this has to do a lot with time, in my opinion, but I'm going from 10 years from now, we've already then had the election, everything's said and done, but at the same time, you're wondering, did we make the right decisions in the process? And what are the right decisions if there are any? It gets complicated and complex, and then a lot of times you can't talk about this because a lot of people look at you like, well, I don't agree. And I feel that's a breakdown in communication constantly. The moment that somebody does not agree with you, there's a supposed argument. And then there's a breakdown in communication, and then nobody wants to talk to each other. To me, right there, simply put, is a win for the opposing side.
Yeah, agree. Hey, all right, Keith, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah, no. Basically, we were just talking about our media and the impact on society. And what I was bringing up is that, you know, when we were talking on the phone and we were watching the CNN building, you know, basically about to get raided, And
Yeah.
the news guy said, oh, they're about to throw a bomb or a fireworks, and we're watching and say, no, the dude's getting his hand wrapped up because it got cut, and so
Yeah.
basically the whole entire thing, what I really want to hear from you is about how you feel about the media, particularly news media right now, but news media and their effect, and what do you think about how they're handling things right now? I guess is the best way to put it.
Well, yeah, just like to the last conversation, well, not the last conversation, but Jason's point. Even though he's not here, he brought something to light that made so much sense to me. If I can't, agree with him on anything, I will agree with him on this. And the percentage of races, it is 60. Like, even I had to go Google it. It's 60.2% of white people, in America. So we are, outnumbered, by, we're not even close to that. So us trying to fight a battle is a losing battle, unless we get white people to see it from our views. He makes such a good point on that, and I wish he was on here today so I could tell him that, because that just proves my point. It's like we're fighting a battle, but the media, it's not a lot of black media people. And then even if it is, like, we used to have, like, Al Roker for years, but what was Al Roker's position? He was a weatherman for years. I mean, okay, he does more now, but if you ask black people who is Al Roker, a lot of black people won't know that. And I'm not saying that, I'm hip to Al Roker on what he's done, but I'm saying it's not a lot of black people influencers if you hear the name like Walter Cronkite or like Geraldo or stuff like that, it's like you got a lot of more white news people, or like, Susan Sarandon or something like that, or Kelly Ripa, even though she wasn't in the news, but she's still a media icon. Like, okay, yes, we have black people in sports, but that's about it. You will never see these people talking about national news. And we got the Anderson Coopers and the Larry Kings and so on and so on. But, like, name a black person on CNN that actually has an influence like Larry King or Anderson Cooper or anything like that. So, like I said,
Don Lemon.
Huh?
Don Lemon.
Who?
Don Lemon.
Okay, Don Lemon. Okay, I'll give you that. Thank you. 1 out of 1,000. So I'll give you that. But do I feel like he has a bigger influence than Larry King or, like I said, Anderson Cooper? I mean, I don't think so. But yes, the media will twist things, and like I said, due to how we portray ourselves, and like I said, I hate to keep bringing back the argument that last time, but it's like, yeah, we don't portray ourselves in a good light, especially for the last 30 years. Like I said, we've been portrayed in movies. It's like, yeah, actors could have said no. Wesley Snipes' biggest role is basically Nino Brown in New Jack City. I love that movie. But does it paint black people in a good light? No, it does not. So all these black people could have said, no, I don't want these roles. I want better roles. But we would have no movies, historic movies that we say that are good. I'm saying the Wayans brother did Scary Movie 1 and 2, and I'm not too sure they was in any, but after a while, it just got obscene. And like I'm saying, like, yes, I get what you're saying, that our narrative has already been written for us, but, we haven't done a good job of writing our own narrative either at the end of the day. So like I said, I know everything I'm saying it's just on black people, and, I feel like we need to fight our own battles and stuff like that. It's not about that. It's just that we have had to take what's given to us, and it's such a messed up feeling, and it sucks. And we've been given so little as black people in the media to basically, okay, I'm going to use this small little bit of platform to make a change. And like I said, back to the beginning of things that I was saying, like I said, 60% of America is built on white people. So you tell me, how do we begin to change? Because I don't believe anything will change. And like, if it does, it's going to take, another 150 years or 200 years black people just want change now. And like me and G were talking about yesterday, slavery was 174 years until it changed. Segregation was another 150 years. So people talk about change. It ain't going to happen overnight. Okay, yes, it's a small thing happening. If you want to totally be technical, and from 2016 until now, it's only been 4 years. We still got 100+ years to go until we get change. But consistently, we have to consistently fight it. Not in 2016 and stop, and in 2020 stop. It's like it has to be a consistent fight, and unless it's consistent, ain't nothing gonna change.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me let Adrian go, because I know he has to go pretty soon.
Yeah.
So I want to let him have the
Go.
I want to ask. Huh?
No, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't let me go. No, we shouldn't. We should.
Go ahead, man. I'm gonna let you go because I said you got to go anyway. So I'm gonna let you.
Should not let me talk at all. You should like silence me. This is gonna go bad. I'm telling you.
Go ahead, man. We like I said, ain't nobody here scared, man. That's the point of this. We ain't scared.
Jesus. Okay. Give me a second here. All right. Yeah, man. I totally go against the grain on all of this. I fucking do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, bro, I hear from a lot of people say, oh, there's not a lot of media representation of blacks, and so black people don't represent in media, so that everybody else tells a narrative and all that stuff. And a lot of people don't know this about me, but my pops and all my other extended family, they're all Jewish. Like they're my little brothers and sisters, they're all 100% Jew, like bar mitzvahs, all that Hebrew, everything. And I see how a lot of their stereotypes and how they're portrayed is greedy and all kind of like a lot of negative stuff. But in their community, they're so tight knit that you could say whatever you want about them outside. The culture still stays pure inside. And that's one of the tough things about black people is that they let people say narratives that are more stereotypical than true about us, and then we feed into the shit. And then it just starts a roller coaster ride of people saying, "Oh man, that sucks. See, look, these dudes, we weren't given a fair shake." I get it. We start the race behind everybody. But I mean, I look at myself, I'm literally sitting in my shop right now. And no one gave me this. Like I came from LA, like most people that were on the last conversation. And it wasn't easy. And if I was white, would I have gotten here a lot faster? Yeah. But I grinded hard. And I never let anybody's narrative about black people in general affect me. But a lot of people that I talk to, because I used to be a guest speaker at my old junior high school, shit like that, because I wasn't the greatest kid when I was younger. And to the point where when my teacher saw me when I was getting older and I got my shit together, they wanted me to come talk to the other kids. And those kids' narratives were the same. Well, just you're lucky. No, had nothing to do with luck. Well, we aren't given a fair shake. We need this and that. Well, it's not that we're not given a fair shake. It's we're not given anything. But don't let you not getting anything handed to you affect what you want to do. I mean, it's great. Like my nephews right now, they want to be rappers because the media says, that's what's hot in the streets. And I'm like, hey, if that's a goal for you, that's dope. But you need to have a solid plan. Nobody's telling people that. They're letting the media, which again, everybody said we don't control, say this is what's hot. This is what you guys need to be. This is what you guys need to look up to. My daughter, I remember reading her role model papers when she was younger, and it was all like Rihanna, celebrity. Like, not like you need to tear this up and really figure out somebody who can fucking make your life better. You're never, if you meet this chick, you sign an autograph for you, that ain't like, figure out what the going on. You know, people thought I was a dick. My daughter did not get a cell phone until she was 18 years old. Just because the fact that I understand, just like everybody else, media is, to me, social media is so fucking bad because it just portrays what they want people to do, how they want to guide people, how they want to transition people. If they want to say, oh man, black people ain't they're going to put a bunch of influencers out there. And everybody's saying, well, we don't have a fair shake. Well, how in the hell do we not have a fair shake when black people are the most influential people on the planet? Everybody wants to clone us. Our beauty supply industry is $1 billion industry. Our fashion industries, $1 billion industries. Everything black people touch, all of a sudden turns to gold. You know, the problem with it is the fact that we can turn it to gold, but then we don't hold on to the gold. We give it to other people. And then we wonder why we don't have any goddamn representation. Because when we get out there, we don't work that system. Jewish people will take that dollar and it'll circulate in their community 100 times over before it leaves. Black people, they'll get that dollar, it'll circulate twice and then it'll leave. Like, I talk to my customers all the time and I say, you know, the craziest thing, this industry is predominantly owned by other people, but black people are the ones that spend all the dollars in it. They said, yeah. I said, well, tell me this. How come when you come in here, you always have to get a discount? You always got to try to hustle me. And then if I do one thing that pisses you off, you're never coming back. But I've seen you get treated like at that other place, and no one ever cares. So is it really the media portraying us like, or is it just everybody's already adapted to the norm? So I'm like, man, it's not to me. I don't give a what like I just said, I don't really listen to the media. I'm a dude who doesn't care what the hell's on Yelp. I want to know the person. I want to go in there and talk to these people. Now, if you suck at that point, well then yeah, that's a different story. But people let the media dictate, oh yeah, this is what the deal is. No, you already know the media is fucked up. I mean, people say the media is fucked up, but they don't want to do anything about it. Don't listen to it. Turn the damn TV off. Start a community group. Let your community of people like you be your media.
Go ahead, North.
Thank you, Tim the Tool Man. Thank you, Tim the Tool Man. I wish I would have had you. Everything you just said. Thank you. 100%.
I love where you're coming from.
Help yourself.
The thing is
Stop thinking about people that like putting you down. Thank you.
But that's also a little bit of a problem if you think about it. Help yourself. Yes, you do need to do that because we're prone to not helping the next person that is of our ethnicity half of the time. Sad, but true. But at the same time, I wish, like, I'm not asking for me. I'm already starting. I've been doing stuff, working my butt off as well. But at the same time, there is no app for that yet. Crazy. There's no app to say, in your community within 15 to 20 miles, these are the black-owned businesses. They hire black as well. Where is it?
There is an app. Well, I don't know about where you guys stay at, but there's one over here for black businesses. You can go on this app, and it'll find all the black businesses in your area that are registered. In the IE, there is an app for that, actually.
Okay, but it's like he just said. But see, he just made a point. All the businesses that are registered, black people sometimes don't even want to take the time and to fill out a registry, but you spend 4 or 5 hours on Facebook. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense.
It costs too much money. I don't want to do it. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in the mentality, and sometimes they also don't know the routes on what to do business-wise. We are not business-savvy people, as like let's be real. Some of us have learned that over time. Some of us have went to school for that, but at the same darn time, it's not like you just pop up one day and say, you know what, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur today, and I got it all down and pat in less than a month, and my business is running successfully, and I'm making at least $50K within the next 3 months. What?
Oh. but Mexicans do it all the time. They start car washing.
Now you're talking about family structure, though. Hold on, pause real quick.
Exactly.
I just said before we do not help each other. I said that.
But yes,
but that's an excuse though. It's like I used to live in a house with 13 black people. I used to live in a house with 13 black people, and nobody wanted to give everybody rides. Oh, I'm gonna need $20 to go a block. I'm saying yes, like family structure, but it's like it's literally built in a mind state, bro. I get what you're saying, but I just feel like you have to admit that our culture is all it's just I'm for myself. A lot of people are for themselves, and that's just how it is. That's where we fall at the end of the day, and because every one of us are chiefs, and there's not enough Indians. That's just end all be all. It's just how it is.
Right.
The mindset starts to change when we take that step, and I agree with you. But that's where I'm saying, where do we change that mental? How do we change that mental? It's one of those things of, can we change that instantly so we can get some progress?
I mean,
is there a way?
Honestly, there's two different people since this shop has been open that have came in here and literally talked to me about opening their own shop, and they have. Because I don't give a fuck. As long as you're not my direct competition, man, that's opening up across the street, I'll give you the game. I don't give a shit. That ain't nothing to me, because you know what? When I opened this shop, there was a dude. He was like 75 or something like that, years old. His name was Elijah. He walked in, older guy. He owned a janitorial company, and he started talking to me about the business. And he's the one that put me onto the app, because he ran the Black Owners Network in the Inland Empire. He's like, I own the janitorial company, and I go to all these shops and I talk to these black people, and if you're, I try to hip y'all on game. We got to work together. That man talked to me for an hour, and he was like, I'm gonna go post this, and a 75-year-old dude. He's on Facebook posting stuff, talking about everybody come check out this dude's shop. That man died 6 months ago, and people came up in here, and I had a lady talk to me one day, and she's like, oh yeah, she came to buy some stuff from me, and we were talking, and she's like, oh yeah, I got this from a really nice man. I got the information to the shop. And I said, oh, she's like, I don't think you know him. She started talking. I said, oh, so Elijah, this lady broke down and started crying in my shop. She's like, that dude was such a wonderful man. He did so much for this community. So yeah, when people come in here, hell yeah, I try to help them out. Especially when you saying color is me. Oh man, like we got to make this work. But just remember where you got the game from. You support me, I support you. Yeah. But nobody else wants to do that. They want to instead be like, nah, who got 5 on it? And let's go, get this rap session going. And then, hey, when we get some money out.
Yeah. All right.
I also think to me, education's a problem too. Like just not being educated, and not like you said earlier, Norris, like not having any direction of where to go. I think that's a big issue too.
It's like it's all around us. The information is free. It's in books and yada yada yada, but there's no mainstream way on how to do it that's being published in the social media into the people that need it. So then it goes into it could be made cool though. We make cool commercials about toilet paper. Yeah, like that's got to be one of the hardest commercials to make.
But that's just a jingle. It's something catchy. when you're talking about, it's like a commercial is 20 seconds, it's 30 seconds of people going, oh yeah, yeah, and then all of a sudden if you put it to an R. Kelly beat, you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, yeah, step in the name of, yeah, okay. But you know what I'm saying?
Step in the name of shit? Oh hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah, that's the hit right there. That's going platinum. You know what I'm saying? But then you look at it like
You bathroom right that.
when you look at that situation, and like my nephew's like, yo man, I want to go to college. Okay, that's dope. Let's do it. He wants to go to NFL though, so he practices hard at sports. But then when it comes to school, he's like, man, this is so boring to me. Well, what the hell? If you want to get to college, man, don't you got to work hard? Well, I mean, yeah, but it's just so boring. So to them, they already know school is not fun. School is hard work. It's not 30 seconds. That shit is, 16 years. That's a lot of work to do something, to get a degree. It's a lot of hard work that most of these kids don't want to put in. Why? Because their brains have been already, manipulated to want instantly. Everything I said earlier, everything you need now is instant. You got to have instant oatmeal. You got to be instantly online. You got to be instantly getting what the new song is. You got to download. You remember how we used to wait for a CD to come out? Oh shit, All Pound CD coming out in May, bro. Get your $15 ready to get this CD. Yo, it's gonna be lit. I'm gonna be sleeping in line. That shit doesn't happen anymore. That song gets released. 20 minutes later, it's on streaming, and everybody has it in the next hour. Because if not, you're nobody. If you don't get the download, if you don't have the new iPhone 11, when it come out, you're going to be lost because the iPhone 12 come out in 3 months, bro. If everybody gets out of that narrative of needing stuff instantly and actually works, then it'll be a lot different. But we can't go back. Because everybody's like how great it is, how much it works, and how it benefits everybody. I don't know, man. That whole school is great. It's knowledge. You learn how to be yourself. You find yourself when you go to college. But people just look at it like, man, this shit is boring. You gotta sit in class. You gotta do more homework. Nah, I'm good, man. I'll just go get a job at Amazon. Yeah, they just have different additives in it. So like teacher and all that shit. Nah, my bad. I'm talking to my nephew over here.
Oh, I was like, what the heck? Yeah, like I was that kid who thought school was really boring, and I'd rather be out and actually having like some life experience, some real mentorship, hands-on hand skills, than actually being inside the classroom. And I think that's something that we're missing too, because there's all different type of learning styles.
So, if you made this far, I want to thank y'all for checking out this podcast. I definitely appreciate it, especially if you made it to the end. So, with that being said, I have a couple of updates for y'all. Nothing big, just some minor things, some minor tweaks. And yeah, I'm just going to let you know right here. Normally, I would probably do this at the beginning, but honestly, I just wanted to get straight into the episode. I didn't want to waste time, so I'm doing this here at the end. So the first thing, I'm probably going to change the numbering of the episodes. And what I mean by that is, for example, instead of it being episode 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to be episode 1, chapter 1, episode 1, chapter 2. It's basically what's going to happen. So like this one, this is episode 3, chapter 1, and next week will be episode 3, chapter 2. Because they're not really different podcasts. They're the same, but just separated so you don't get so much at once. So it gives you a lot more and just doesn't give you as much in one go. But if you want it like that, let me know in the comments. But I decided to split it that way. Secondly, just so you know, this episode and the next one were recorded before the election, so some of the information may not be up to date, but just letting you know that's what's happening. Also, I'm planning on starting to cut up some of these into clips. Now, there's not going to be a date, but just when I got time and when I feel like it, I'm going to go ahead and, cut out different parts or different points of these and just put them on here just to give you, specific parts. So I think that might help out to hold you over and give you, just so you don't have to listen to the entire thing. You could just listen to the clips. I think that just helps out with some people who just want to come, listen in, and go. I don't get it twisted. I would love for everybody to stay for the entire thing. Please do. But I understand you got a life. So, hey, hopefully, doing clips may be better for you. Now, again, this is going to be inconsistent. It's going to be whenever I feel like it. But when I get them, when I say when I get them, I got them. But when I do them, they'll just be uploaded. Other than that, I will say, I've been talking to a couple of the people who's been involved with the episodes, and we're going to try to be more consistent. So hopefully the consistencies of these episodes releasing is a lot more consistent. I hope that sentence made sense, but hey, I'm honestly, this actually, as soon as I get done with this part, this has to be uploaded. So sorry if this sounds a little rough. I'm not even going to edit this part. I'm just speaking the updates and letting you know what's going on and just gonna put it up. So my bad. But other than that, there's not much I have to say. Just once again, thank you for checking this one out. Definitely appreciate it. And check back next week for episode 3, chapter 2. Yeah, all right. I gotta get used to that, but we'll figure it out.